can get that. But good luck to the teams. We have 10 rounds, and let's see who scores the most points. Okay, everyone retiring here. All right. What is that, dude? Okay.
Here we go.
Round 1 out of 10. There we go. So 12 players are playing. And, well, let's go with Lolomax. I think who has a good point of view to follow here. Hype or Huub and Kuken are leading the race. Insanity with a great start, but everyone is doing it quite nicely. Kuken almost with a mistake. They're almost touching there. Of course, those blocks are very misleading because sometimes you think you can go a bit closer, but then you're clipping at the end. But Lolomax behind. Now the 180. Roa with a mistake. Hawk also with a mistake. So Insanity already down one member. Lolomax, however, with a kind of safe line. Not too far behind the rest of the pack. I would say like top 6 to 7. Oh, but so many players flying out. Oxide with a mistake. And we have the player field that is getting smaller and smaller. Lolomax with a very safe run on a P5 right now. But we see Insanity doing a great job. It's the fight between Passy and Huub. But Passy is too far behind. Probably also didn't get the best landing. Kuken gets that 3rd position. Or is Jumperjack having more speed? Good land from Jumperjack, but it's not enough here. And another sub 1 minute time from Huub. He is not slowing down. But also Passy only 0.19 away. So he can keep up with the pace. And we have Insanity scoring 29 points due to the 1st and 3rd position from them.
Very nice indeed. How do you spec players? Can you click actually on the right side on the scoreboard and spec them from there? That would be really cool.
I just tap and then click.
Oh, okay.
Or just press my numbers, you know, and go through them.
All right. Let's go into the next round. Spectating Passy here at the start. He had a very good first try, and the warm-ups looked a bit shaky, but first round was really good. And let's go into the next section. So far, no mistakes. The first difficulties here in the tunnel with this tight edge. I didn't see any mistakes so far. Now comes the very important uphill here on the castle. And there are the first little crashes. Passy survives it very nicely. We have Roa in the lead currently. Hawk and Passy battling for second, but also Huub and Lolomax are very close. Jumperjack with a mistake. We see also Blackhead further behind. Lolomax now actually going for the lead, but had a very bad uphill there. So we got now Roa back in the lead again with Hawk, who gets very good no airtime, but also Passy gets a very good. Now this landing decides it. Passy not with the best landing. Hawk might have a chance to overtake him, but Passy is still slightly the lead. This ending will decide. Hawk will overtake Passy with a 1 minute point 17, and Roa gets 3rd, Lolomax 4th. Then we have Garfowski in 5th place, Aro in 6th, and then also Oxide, so Erwin on 4th, 6th, and 7th, kinda consistent. Kuken, Huub only 9th. In the warm-up it looks better. We have 2 MD players in the last places. Only Roa was scoring good points.
But a very close round there, 22, and then like 3 teams above 20 points, and then the winning team got 22 points, and then I think both other teams with 21. So quite close, but it's still Insanity leading with 10 points out of TNT, who are a bit further behind. But of course now the score makes sense. It's just summed up, and that's why everyone had the same amount of points. Now I got it actually, so it's just displayed differently. I was a bit flushed by that, but Passy now with a mistake was following, so he's a bit behind. Let's go with Oxide, who's a good POV to follow here for that battle. Look how far Huub is already leading. Hawk and Huub are leading. Hawk with the line here. Oxide is clipping there, not getting the jump correctly. So let's go with Kuken, who's a bit behind, but Insanity again with a very good round, and Huub is just long gone. I think he's on a great time. This could be a good one, so let's go ahead, maybe follow him and check what time he's doing. 1500 away from his world record, and that is a banging time from Huub. He's not slowing down. Didn't get the best landing though, but still it is a 59.65 from Huub. What a great time, due to also the fact that he got a super bad landing and probably lost 0.2 of a second. So another very good round for Insanity, having doubled the points from the second team in this one, and 32 points for them, so they will extend their lead. Very nice seeing that.
Indeed, it looks very good for Insanity to win on Snow, because they got the double amount of points than any other team in this round with the positions 1, 2, and 4. Küken had actually an early kind of mistake, but still ended up on 4th because, yeah, it seems like in the second half this map is just very difficult and mistakes are just happening. Remember I said players are driving with cars on, so it's very difficult to get it very nicely. And when Hüb, for example, gets an early lead, he has, of course, also the advantage that there's no car around him, so he can really focus on the great lines.
Yep.
And all the others are still in the battles, and they see those battles, of course, as well. So this round, we have, again, some Insanities in the front. This time it's Küken who's leading, Hawk in 2nd place. I'm currently with my camera on Reetz, who is around 8th place, I would say. Not going for the jump here. And Hüb is around him, so Hüb had a not so great start at this time around. Now the uphill, not many mistakes this round, so this is a very close one. Probably many players finishing around 1 minute time. Reetz now kinda alone. Let's go to Passi. He is battling for the victory here against Blackhead. Oh, is he? No. Ha, he's far behind. Sorry. Hawk is winning. Then it's super close for 2nd place. Look at that. So Küken gets 2nd. Very good for Insanity again. With a point 35. Then we have a tie between the 2 Erwin players. So it doesn't really matter. Then a 55 and a 56 and a 57. So there were 5 players within 500s in the finish.
Yeah, 37 500ths of a second. That's a crazy close round. And, well, still good points for Insanity again. I mean, they're at 110 points now. And then it's quite close for the 2nd and also 3rd position. Last team is only 13 points behind, so that is nothing set in stone. Küken risking too much there and didn't steer accordingly on that outside, or hitting the outside with that. And we have now Hüb and Hawk having a good start, but they're leading Roa and Lolomax with a very good 180 turn, but Hüb is catching up by getting a way better downhill than the others. Also not clipping there. That was quite close though. You can slow down with that. Hawk again with a different line, and you can see it's even, I would say. It may be a bit faster from Hawk if done correctly, but a great round. Let's go a little bit further behind. Passi has made a mistake. So let's go with, oh dude, it's so hard to find players. Let's go with Roa here, who gives us a good overview over Lolomax, Hawk, and also Hüb, who are in the top 3, but it will be the round for Insanity again due to the 1st and 2nd place and not another sub 1 minute time, a 1 minute .01 and then a 1 minute .13, but this is also enough to win rounds and not driving a 59.6 like Hawk has or Hüb has done in the previous rounds. So good round for them again, even though they lost a member. And because Küken only got 7th position, but they still will extend their lead, and also Erwin also just extending the lead to the 3rd and 4th seeded team.
Yeah, and to explain the rules again, we have basically every map is a match, and currently Insanity is gonna win Snow. That's very likely to happen, but of course it's a fight for 2nd and 3rd, because the 1st place gets 4 points after this map, 2nd place of this map gets 3 points for the league, basically, for the season, and 3rd place gets 2 points. So the battle is on, of course, between the other teams, especially 3rd and 4th are just apart 1 single point here. TNT and MD. Insanity again with a great start. Hawk and Hüb again in front. We see Oxide with a crash. Let's go to Reetz. He is currently on like 6th place, 7th place. Behind a group of 3 players with Lolomax, Grafowski and Aro. Küken falling a little bit behind, but gets a very good no jump there. So another great round for Insanity. Not really that close battles right now here in the top places. There's always a little bit of a gap between every player. Yes. We have only in the very front, between the 2 Insanity players, a tied, both with a .88, and Küken makes the champagne perfect with a top 3 Insanity round. And yeah, Lolomax, we have to say, somehow he's missing the speed from back in the days, but this consistency, this is always still there and always shining through. He's always like 4th or 5th or 3rd every round.
Yeah, already in the first round where we're spectating. I mean, it was an ace for Insanity, so they are almost through. I mean, it's round 7, and they just have to keep on going what they're doing. But yeah, Lolomax, one of the fastest drivers, and if not, he is always there to just be annoying. Like a little bit like your playing style, Marius. You're a very unpleasant opponent because you're just so consistent and you just understand the system and know how to exploit it the best. And again, Lolomax with a very good start. I mean, he's on P6 and players will fail this turn. I mean, we have seen Oxide failing. Of course, it's his teammate. But now this jump very important. And let's see how many places he goes up. Okay, now making a little bit of a overjump, I would say, but still not the worst amount of speed for Lolomax. We have Kuken and Hawk in the lead. Kuken not with the best line there, but still is in the top 2 position. Pasi and Gafowski are getting overtaken by Lolomax with airtime having a little bit less speed than the others, so we have a great fight for that 3rd position. Lolomax with a good landing, though Kuken not getting it too well. Lolomax can maybe stop it for the ending, and it will be enough. Oh, is it? It's
Same
a tie,
time.
actually. It's the same time, but a good comeback here from Lolomax due to his bad start, but a good run again. Kuken is getting 2nd, and again a good round for Insanity, 32 points. Erwin and TNT tied, and MD only with 8 points in this round. So they are falling apart. Like CMC not looking good on snow, 96 points, 15 points behind TNT, and then we have Erwin on 2nd position, also due to the very consistent performance from Lolomax.
Yeah, I also wanted to say the 2nd position is mainly due to Lolomax consistently scoring good points. And when there is a triple Insanity in the lead, then of course Lolomax is still the best scoring player of all the other teams. And that's what happened now twice in a row, because now we had Hyp in 4th, so it was only Lolomax up there in front. So very nice performance from him so far, but in this round he is a little bit further behind, so might not get the best position right now. Let's go further in front, back to, who do we have? Aho. Aho is at the end of the field in front. Something like 8th or 9th place. Again, Insanity guys in the lead here. Hyp, Hawk, we see then Pasi and Roa. And that was Pasi that just missed the jump too far right. And we see Hyp winning with another sub 1 minute time, Hawk in 2nd place, then Roa and Küken again 4th. So Insanity really dominant here on this first map on the snow environment.
Yeah, so Lolomax didn't have the best start there, and also now a good round for MD. So they're coming closer to P number 3, so this is not decided yet. We have still 2 more rounds, and I mean they can still get 2nd place theoretically, but now they had a very, very good run. I mean, 2 players in the top 5, I think, that they got themselves some points, which is very nice, or like top 8. Like they were looking good because again, Insanity have gotten their points, and they have already secured the 1st position. So they just have to finish the rounds, and it will be good. Resna also with a very good start. Oxide, Hawk, and Hyp are ahead of him. Then Roa also looking very nice. Very close fight between the players. Look at that. Everyone in just in the proximity of 0.1 of a second, but the rest is a very good point of view to follow. Now coming to the jump section, only Hyp goes for that. Also Lolomax catching up a little bit. Very good performance from him again. His ending looks just very, very nice. Also here not drifting, but look at the speed from Res here, not sliding there and getting himself a very good line. But now touches the wall. Of course, there's no penalty, so he's not losing too much time, but still his teammate and also Kuken have overtaken him. Let's see who wins the round. Hawk in 2nd, Roa and Lolomax behind, but Roa also now with a mistake getting overtaken by a lot of players, and it will be another good round for MD. And now it's only
they will
not
pass.
only 1 point. They have
because
passed them.
TNT is on 9th, 10th and 11th. So that was not a great round for TNT. Gafowski actually with a 1:00 time, but behind everyone else. So now it is just a battle for 3rd and 4th place. So let's concentrate on TNT if they can get some good positions. We see already the first mistake, and Pasi also with a mistake. That will not help for TNT to catch up. The other players are of course Gafowski.
Oh, Oxide. Oh, dude, what is happening? So 2 TNT members dead.
Yeah, that is then not possible to catch up. We see Gafowski still in the front, but now he also touches here, falls back behind Roa, who also had a little crash, and actually there are big gaps in this round already. In the top places we of course still see Insanity and is it Lolomax? Yeah, the typical basically. And yeah, don't think that TNT has a chance to pass CMC or MD in this. Okay, that changes a bit, but Jumper Check overtakes Gafowski, however. So we will have to wait and see how this is ending. 2 Airborne players at the back, but they have enough of a lead. We have Lolomax winning the round with a point 90, Hawk with a 99, then Hyp and Küken. So again, 3 Insanity players in the top 4. That happened quite often. And then we see Jumper Check for MD ahead of Gafowski. And then also Rezenrohr ahead of Blackhead and Pasi, so they secure the 3rd place. It would be nice to see actually the points of each player, but I think that is not possible, right?
Yeah, I think it's not possible. But I mean, MD with a very good. I mean, you see it there, maybe? No, you don't see it there. Maybe those are the top fragging players, but this will make no sense. I don't know. I don't know how this works. Maybe there's like something that you can like read out from the server, but good second part from CMC on this map. Really, they played very nice. Of course, making a mistake in those last round, but it looked quite nice for them, securing at least 2 points, and then Insanity just like that was a great performance, getting themselves the victory. And now we have Desert coming up, so also a very tricky environment where your car is sometimes driving on 2 wheels, so you want to avoid oversteering, else you will slow down. And also you want to kind of avoid being on those 2 wheels because your car is just accelerating more when you are on 4 wheels, but it's very hard to do. I usually tapped on Desert. Not sure if that is the best way also for a where like this. There are also probably players that are smooth steering, but maybe Marius, you can give us some more insights. Maybe my knowledge is also wrong here.
It depends a bit on the device. Some players are using joysticks in United, and their tapping is a bit difficult, so they will probably prefer the smooth steering. But you can also play very good the desert environment with keyboard, because this tapping is just very fast. I don't know why exactly. I think that when you tap with these very short steering maneuvers, that you don't really get the car, the inner tires upwards, so they stay more down. I mean, on ice we also have that in Team 2020, that
True.
keyboard is also better to just have a short full tap. And yeah, as long as the turns are not too fast, you can really do well with keyboard. But I thought, as I saw here on this map, there are quite some fast-paced corners. It might be difficult to have the consistency at least.
Also, the ending looked quite hard to do. I mean, you go from I think that's the hardest on Desert. If you have like technical turns where you have to change directions very, very quickly, and you steer in too much into the other direction because you cannot estimate, and then your car would just die, you know? Like already here in the start, that this turn looks so normal, but it's very hard to do. So good map as well. I really like this one as well. It looks quite fun to play.
Yeah, with these chicanes always you have to wobble your car basically over the curb. And if you one time have a missteering and you don't get your car too much on, or not enough on 2 wheels, then you will basically touch that curb and crash.
Yeah. Exactly, and you will just slow down. Of course, you can make up some speed and some momentum on Desert, but it would say it's not that punishing than snow, but also quite punishing, because you know if you're down, I don't know. Also on Desert, you usually don't release that much. You know, you just steer through the turns, and well, that's just how it is. So we have this one also coming to an end, and we might start now. So good luck to the teams. Insanity, of course, took home the first 4 points. Then we have Erwin on second place, MD, aka TMC on third, and TNT on last right now. So good luck to the teams, and let's see who plays for them. Let's see who makes it, and we might see Maxi playing. So a fellow OK boy.
Yeah, I also expect Maxi to play on the desert environment. That should definitely be his best environment. Also saw the name Pagaisu there, so we see Pagaisu playing, very old player, and I expect also Sander to be now in the game. He's also playing, so let's spectate Sander here in the first round. Of course, Sander is the best in the TM Sunrise environments, I would say. But also he's generally everywhere pretty good. And currently we see him in second place behind Hawk. Hawk is of course also especially on Desert very strong, but also a very good all-rounder. And what a risky corner there. And Santa actually with a mistake, I can't believe it. Why is it warm-up again? Okay, we had 2 warm-ups, I thought it ends. My god.
Marius casting the warm-up, very nice guys.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But why is there another warm-up?
Because of a restart. We had that in the previous one as well.
Oh.
Alright,
what a cool
XTD.
race.
Yeah, Hawk is looking great on this one, but also Hoop like in second. Let's see the time. Well, look, it is a 101.94, but of course also in warm-up you can only see the time for a very small moment. So let's see what time it is. It was a 102.69 if I saw it correctly. So not bad, not bad. I mean, also here on Desert, it really stacks up. And minimizing that one is quite important. So good luck to the teams. We have 3 players per team. And let's see who plays for the respective teams.
Tona had a completely different ending line. Was interesting. I wonder if he will do that again.
Let's see. It's a Frink. It's on the server. The Frink guy. Not the Flink guy, but the Frink guy. Okay, full start.
Oh, yellow card. Who was it? Rez. Oi.
What is a full start? Do you have to...
Yeah, it's because there are players that get put into the player mode and they just delete or want to give up to get into the spectating mode because they don't play the map. And the players that give up, they make the server think, oh damn, we have to restart. Something like this. Sometimes they try to, actually people try to be the one that is the one that makes the server restarting it. It's like
also cool that you see on the right corner like the current standings of the round. But I go with Sander in this one, so let's see how he does it. Roa also with a very good start on this one. Black Cat is betting out with him, but Hawk is long gone already, like 0.3 leading. Hoop also with a good turn release. It's quite early there to get maybe a better alignment and a better approach for this section. So very proactive driving from the Insanity driver and also minimizes his 2-wheel time. So very close fight between him and Sander. Hoop risking a bit more, has a bit more speed, goes for a wider angle again. And he has a bit more speed yet again. But now we have the ending. Who's gonna take that? Hoop risking again a bit more. And Hoop will take that 3rd position. Good ending. And there you can see how much it stacks up. But also Sander here with a 4th position. But again, Insanity is looking strong. Roa match fixing here. And we have 19, 18, and 17 points. And then Insanity already with a 5-point lead ahead of TNT. So I also kind of expected TNT to be on that... 2nd place on this one, but I mean you also have Sander, so it's so hard to really tell that.
Yeah, so far it's very close, only Insanity with that small gap. Let's continue spectating Sander for now in the next round. A bit far outside in this one corner, so he has to do some catching up to do, but that's good. We see some overview here. Currently Roa in the lead, ahead of 2 players crashing. I saw Black Cat, I didn't see the other one. We will find out soon. Hoop maybe. Hoop is falling completely behind into the end of the field. Also Hawk falling a bit behind. But there are big gaps on this track already. Like, it's a very difficult one. Roa in the lead ahead of Maxi, who had a very bad first lap and tries to get back now. Lolo, Max and Sander behind, the 2 oldies. And behind Sander we got a battle between Hawk and Aro. But there are kind of big gaps. So can Lolo Max maybe attack Maxi? That could be interesting. Or Sander to Lolo Max. Very close to the border here for Sander. But Lolo Max can so far keep his 3rd place. And very good round for MD, I think, because Roa wins it. And Sander got ahead of Lolo Max in the finish line.
Wait, how did he overtake him?
Yeah, I think that Lolo Max clipped or something. Yeah, he also rides Lel. And Ahu only 10th, but MD with a pretty good round. Insanity, also decent, but basically one player in the front, one in the back, and one in the middle. TNT not as great, so it remains kind of close.
It might be the first round that Insanity didn't win, actually, if I think about it, or maybe the 2nd or something. Maybe there was one round that they did win, maybe like the 2nd or 3rd one. But I mean, they're still leading, but now MD is only 2 points away from them. And let's go with them. But they didn't have the best start. Only 17 points on the scoreboard for them right now. Roa is in front. But then we also see Maxi falling apart. Sander and Aru are a little bit behind. Tona not with the best line here. Let's go with Aru here. It might be a good POV to follow. And Aru is ahead of him. So this might be a bit tricky to call. Oh, we see someone bouncing. Was that Zeus?
Tona, what is this?
Roa and also Tona, what is happening here? So a lot of mistakes again from the players, and we see only the players out of Aru, so the top 4 who didn't make a mistake. Let's go with Gafovsky here, also a very, very good desert player who is on 4th position. Hoop, Lolo Max, and also Sander ahead of him. Gafovsky attacking though. Lolo Max not with the best entry into the curbed section, into the wall ride, or however you want to call that. And it is Hoop winning it with a 103.03. And then we see Pagaisu making that mistake and finishing on last. So another round for MD.
Yeah,
And
look
they
at
are 1
the
point
points
away.
though. 21, 20, 19, and 18
Yeah,
in
very
this round.
close.
But
Very
yeah, so
close.
far Pagaisu not really getting the good points in, and also Tona with a huge mistake. And yeah, Tona is actually doing a different ending line, and I would like to see Tona being in the field and pulling it out there to see if it's faster or not. Grafowski has a very bad start. Blackhead also not that great, but is still in the fight. We can actually spectate Blackhead. He might do some comeback here. Both passing Tona. We see another Erwin player with a problem. Was that Lolomax actually?
Yep.
For once
And
with a
Maxi also
mistake.
mistake.
Alright, so Blackhead, yeah, already up to 5th place, almost 4th. Yeah, attacking here Hawk, getting Hawk. We have Sander, Roa and Hüb in the front, so a very good round for MD currently with 29 points if the positions remain like they are right now. Blackhead really catching up though. What a great round, what a great comeback here from Blackhead. Getting also here a bit closer. Goes a lot on 2 wheels. Catching up to Sander, overtaking Sander. Also here very aggressive inside line, but does not have the best angle here. However, wow, that he survives it, that's crazy. And he overtakes Roa in the end, it seems like. Yeah, by 200s, that's a crazy comeback by Blackhead, and he ends up with a 103.49. We have a sub 103 by Hüb. The daddy record, however, sub 102, but on this difficult map, it's probably hard to stay close to that. Insanity scored the best in this round, then we got MD, and not so good the other two teams. In the overall standings, we see Insanity now taking over the lead ahead of MD. And then actually a big gap down to TNT and Erwin.
Yeah, so two teams are fighting it out, but yeah, Blackhead just shows that he has understood this environment very well. I mean, this reminds me a bit of like just solo mode playing style, where players really wanted to reduce their two-wheel time and just go very aggressive, as you have mentioned it correctly. I thought about that one as well, and well, let's go with Tona here in this round and see what he is doing, as he is quite far behind. Maxi is ahead of him. And then we see also players coming close. Aro and also Aru are in the mix with Tona, who didn't get the best downhill, so not the best amount of sweep, but good alignment for this turn. And Tona will drop down the line again. Also Maxi, with the best line. Let's see what Grafowski is doing in this one. He is on P number 7 right now. No, P number 6. And Blackhead with a mistake. Now he is making that one. And not in the previous round. Hüb also, they're sliding out, steering in a bit too early or a bit too much. And we see a lot of mistakes in this round. Also Lolomax dying there, yes. And Hüb still finishing on P11. Aro on P12. And this is another round for MD. 27 points for them, very good one. And with that, they will go into the lead again, but only by 2 points. It's so close, though, between those two teams. And we still have 5 more rounds.
Yeah, I actually stayed on Tona, and he did not do the other finish strat. He did know what everyone else does as well. Alright, so next round starting, I stay with Tona for the start here. Usually he is a tiny bit behind others. We see the field quite nicely. So Blackhead has the best start, Maxi and Hüb, and also Hor, all 3 Insanity players in the top 5. Also Aru doing good until I named him. And yeah, very good round for Insanity currently, if they just can keep that together there. Tona actually too much two-wheeler there at the top of the hill, will lose some time, but not positions until now where Roa approaches and also Grafowski behind him. But we still see the field nicely in front. We see Hüb attacking Blackhead. Let's have a look if Hüb can maybe overtake for the first place. If Insanity gets that into the finish, they have a very good run. For winning this environment as well today. Oh, he passes just Blackhead as if it was so easy. Hüb with a great ending, and yeah, with another 1 or 2 Blackhead in second. Then Maxi, Roa, Hawk, so 3 Insanities in the top 5. We see MD now only with 8th place for Sander, 10th place for Aru. They will definitely lose here a little bit. And yeah, for Erwin also only 7th, 9th and 11th. Even Lolomax not doing that well now. Yeah, and no, when I pressed tab, I actually no, never mind. I thought for one to see novel points.
I mean, Blackhead and Grafowski are doing great. Grafowski maybe not that consistent, but Blackhead is just scoring a lot of good rounds here. And then we have Pagaisu, who is just already at the start, a little bit further behind. Also now Grafowski with a mistake. So it's kind of unfortunate because Black Cat is looking quite strong and Pagaisu is a bit behind. As we're gonna go into round number 7. Maxi also with the best start. Then we have Auro and Lolomax, who has done a little bit of a whoopsie before that uphill and dropping a bit of speed. Also Tona not having the best start here. Also oversteering there. Also Auro clipping. So a lot of mistakes happening again. Let's see the top field.
Oh.
It is Roa who's in the fight. Getting a good line. Overtaking both Hoop and Hawk, who are a bit behind. Hawk might be a good POV to follow. Let's see if maybe Hoop can get a good ending again. Nope. He had to adjust his line, and it will be Black Cat yet again with a great round. I mean, he got first, then second, and now first again. And Roa, there were some important points, especially because they are behind Insanity, and they could have gotten them some points. And it is second, third, and fourth for Insanity, and a good time from Black Cat, 102.60. Well, that is top 5 world record.
Amazing time by him, but yeah, Roa just got passed also by multiple other players right before the finish line. And of course he was ahead of all 3 Insanity players and dropped that behind, so now we have a big lead for Insanity. And they might win also this environment. And yeah, it gets a bit closer for MD against TNT, who was catching up a little bit. Let's have a look at Gafowski here in this round, who is currently on 4th, 5th, 6th, and Drift. Yeah, now he's a bit behind the field, so let's go with someone else. Pagaisu actually with a decent start, is still close. Tona with another crash. Pagaisu not going too much on the 2 wheels, and yeah, he's losing quite a lot in those corners. There was a big mistake. Let's go with Sander. He's currently in 3rd place, battling it out with Lolomax. In the front we see Roa ahead of Hawk. Roa also with a good time, only 0.3 behind the Deadly record until here. So might be a very fast time, or 1 or 2 low.
Oh god, that's so fast.
Yeah, Hawk is also on a banger, but not winning currently at least. Let's have a look at the end. Yeah, Roa gets the end as well very nicely. What a nice time, 102.40. And then Hawk also with a 102.72. Lolo Max in 3rd, Sander in 4th, then Black Cat in 5th. Another decent position, Hyp in 6th. Gafowski, Maxi, and yeah, we have MD and Insanity scoring the best points. MD getting a bigger gap to 3rd place on this map, so looks kinda good now. I think the positions are kinda settled overall. There's not really a close fight now between any team at the moment, and we have 2 more rounds to go.
Especially for first. I mean, that's 31 points of a gap for Insanity, and Hawk, Hoop, and Maxi are just doing a great job. And yeah, let's go with Roa. Actually, interesting start line. I mean, you see this outside line, then this inside line, but Roa now drifting, so he lost a little bit of speed with that. And also Auro getting a good start. Gafowski on that 5th place right now, getting overtaken by Roa though, who is still pushing it. So maybe we're gonna see a miracle. Maybe some position changes will happen. Oh, Hoop with a mistake, going too far there to the left and clipping the limitation there, the road border, let's say like that, or the entry or exit or like ending of the road, and he is down. Black Cat and Sander again on a very good time. Let's go with Sander in this round and see if he can maybe overtake Black Cat, but Black Cat has a lot of speed. Sander with a better outside line actually, so it might be close, but releasing a bit more, so Black Cat has it. We see another sub 103 time and a 103 flat from Sander. So good round for TNT, 26 points. Insanity last place with 11 points, so it is...
yeah, I wanted to say already that there was a huge chance for MD to actually make it close. Yeah. But then Roa, who was close to Sander, who was almost overtaking him, he crashed in the last turn and fell down. Yeah, it fell down from 3rd place to yeah, something 8th or something. And yeah, Insanity had a very weak round, so and MD had Sander and Roa in the top. There was a chance that they catch up quite a lot of points, but with that mistake, probably not enough. Insanity would need another really bad round now to make a change, but Hyp is currently leading. Black Cat again, very good on 2nd place, and Roa for MD on 3rd. With a mistake. Yeah, if MD gets a very bad round now, then maybe they have a chance to fall behind TNT still. Currently we have Black Cat, of course, still in 2nd place, and Gafowski in 4th, so they are scoring decent. Pagaisu is in 10th, however, only. And Sander, however, with the 3rd place, if he keeps that, it should be kinda good enough, I think. Even though Black Cat takes over the lead ahead of Hyp, that's still a very close battle to follow. Let's see if Hyp can maybe catch up back to Black Hat. No, Black Hat will win it. With a 102.64, ahead of Hüb with a 0.85, then Sander ahead of Lolo Max, again third and fourth, those two. Garfowski ahead of Maxi, Aru, again together. It's very interesting.
Always together.
And yeah, MD will stay ahead of TNT by 11 points. Insanity wins also the second map, so Insanity with 8 points overall. And yeah, Erwin now, however, last on this track after they have been second on Snow.
I mean, MD could have won this one, actually, I would say. Because, I mean, I already spotted like 2 rounds where Roa was maybe throwing away like 7 to 8 points. And this would have been much closer then, because not only does he get those points, but he also is deducting them from the other teams. This one round where Insanity was just getting second, third, and fourth. It would have been like a discrepancy of 11 points there already. So now we're gonna dance some tango on Rally. Yeah, we have the map from Raptor. World record is a 59.51 by Black Cat. And I expect a lot from TNT on this one, just seeing their lineup. I mean, with Gafowski, Vet as well, but also Insanity looks very strong here. Probably Hawk playing this one, as well as Küken and maybe, no, not Maxi. I would say Hüb is also playing this one. But very close match here, I would say, between TNT and Insanity. What do you think, Marius?
Yeah, in theory, I would think TNT, but Insanity is just so well trained, and Hüb is also improving and improving. He will definitely play here on Rally, very sure. Küken also with a sick time. In the end, I think that Insanity actually will make it. Yeah, on the last map, of course, MD also maybe did make it because Sander had also some not so great rounds, surprisingly, some mistakes that I don't see often from him. But yeah, there was definitely a chance to beat Insanity. Here we will see. I don't see good 20 times from MD, but maybe that will follow now. Maybe it was more hidden, I don't know.
Maybe they practice offline or like in time attack.
You see, yeah, usually or they just don't have the Mania on their server, but they often train before the matches on their own server and play their rounds also together. Sometimes they are doing a qualification before the match in order to decide who plays. I mean, that's a typical CMC style usually. So yeah, but I only see Roa in 11th steady, so we will have to find out how good they are. Yeah, and 14th is Aru. Piado is like extremely good in Rally also.
Yes. Also this more like volcanic underground does not slow you that much down than the normal grass. At least that's my perception. But the start might be like you can take a little bit more of a aggressive line. And of course on Rally you want to minimize your drifting. Used to be one of my favorite environments. Now I don't really like it that much anymore. I don't know why. But I just have become better on like desert and snow. But it's very nice to play once you know a map, but it's such a fine line to hit on Rally, whether you slide out or whether you get it quite good, and then your braking is kind of like very, very aggressive. If you just tap the brake too long, you just lose too much time. But on Rally, you can come back from a small mistake. But well, let's see just how this match develops. This map also doesn't look too difficult, not too crazy. I mean, I remember some ULR maps that just were very technical, very tight. And on this map, you definitely have some room for some different lines or for some small mistakes.
Yeah, also one player we have to watch out for is Cybermix.
He's also playing.
Yeah, he's blue in the daddy, so he should be on the server. Can I find him, please? I struggled. There, Cyber Clown. Yeah, usually he is dominating on Rally. But only the third Daddy Mania, that's very unusual to see. But yeah, he is extremely good as well. So we really have basically the best players all playing, besides Neko, he's a bit missing. Shock, of course, also here with a very good Daddy Mania record, will also be sick on Rally environment. But overall, this is...
though.
Yeah, Oxide, is he playing as well?
No, he's not.
He's not. Yeah, maybe we have so good lineups already. Actually, some of these players have to stay out. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Oxide. I mean, I would say like Black Cat, Bet, and then Oxide for me like are the best Rally players. But Oxide not playing. Maybe he doesn't feel the map that much, but I had one match against Oxide that I've casted or played. I don't know, but he just did. I think he did world record almost every round. You know, it was crazy. This guy is on another level. But TNT for me has the best lineup here. Not sure what Insanity can do, but I mean they've already secured 8 points, and I think the other teams they need to win, and then Insanity has to get last. But I think even that will not be, yeah, something that they can catch up to. So one more warm, and then we're gonna start. And I expect a very good match. I think this is the most stacked environment from all of them. Desert was slacking a bit, but also due to the fact of the, yeah, like very tight lines that we've had. Also, Snow was super nice, but I think Rally will be even closer than the others.
Yeah, it's really difficult to say. Like, every team has sick players. As I said, Aru Piano from MD, he's also extremely good since he came back in this environment, and Hoa is also doing very well, and Zendo, of course, also good player, so also MD has a shot here. But then we have, of course, Erwin with Cybermix and Lolomax. However, I think Lolomax is actually a bit behind now currently, and if Tona is also their third player, he's also not looking like he has a chance against now these other players. So it might be that Lolomax now in this stacked field and very motivated and trained field is maybe actually too slow, and if they have only Cybermix in front, might look not so great for Erwin. Yeah, on the other hand, Insanity, of course, very good with Hüb, with Hawk, Küken, but usually more all-rounders, not specially rally players. Besides Hüb, he is really doing rally very nicely.
Hüb is good everywhere. It's
he's also just an all-rounder nowadays. But I remember when he still played with keyboard, he was already doing really good with keyboard on rally, so he somehow feels this environment. But yeah, TNT has of course the placket. So yeah, we were starting. It's gonna be very interesting. Let's spectate Lolomax to see if he can keep up. In the warm-up it did not look that great, but he has now a very good start into this race, and we see Hüb and Hawk and Küken, all three Insanities in front, but Küken with a slightly worse line falls a bit back. Also Lolomax with one drift, and he gets overtaken instantly by multiple players. And what was that? I think DXTV issue. No, I don't think that he's I don't think that he's using that, but he just did not steer more when he needed to. So in the lead, we see how close Rally can be. Black Hat in the lead ahead of Hüb. Cybermix was steering it too early into the corner and had to slow down again. So we have Black Hat versus Hüb in the lead. And they are fighting together. But what is with Ahu? He is now in third place for MD, holding the flag up there. And behind him is then Hawk, Tona. Tona actually on fifth place, so that looks also good. And that is a very big mistake there from Cybermix, I think it was. And we see, or Hüb it was. Black Hat is winning the round ahead of Ahu. Then we have Hawk, and then Cyber Cloud. That means 4 different teams in the 4 first positions. And then Tona actually in the 5th spot, ahead of Sander, Hüb, Küken. And in the very back, Lolomax. The only one with a bigger mistake, but otherwise close.
Yeah, but it's not MD taking the lead, aka CMC, and Insanity on that second place. Also due to the bad round from the 3rd player from Team Erwin. So that's kind of unfortunate, but well, that's how close Rally can be, and we were kind of expecting that. Some mistakes have happened, but still it was so close, especially when you have 12 drivers. Black Hat now with a very good start, and we see Hawk, who's right now betting out with Cyberclown, and also Küken, Roa, everyone is in there. Sander and Gafovsky overtaking Hüb. Also, they're now making that mistake again, so Hüb not really feeling it here. And also Hawk with a very great tunnel exit, also very aggressive turn to the right. Gathers a lot of speed, but Black Hat is still leading. Cybercloud is behind Aura again with a very good line here with a Sonic car skin that you probably cannot see. But look at that, Gafovsky and Küken overtaking, Roa behind, and it's very close to call. The ending will decide it. Who releases or breaks the less? It is Hawk who's falling behind Tona, Gafovsky, and also Sander closing in. But who's gonna get that 3rd position? It is Küken staying ahead of Aru. It's almost the same time, but not quite enough for him. And Black Cat with a 59.81. 0.5 ahead, but again a very good round. And look at that, Erwin now extending their lead, and we see... No, wait. MD in the lead and Erwin closing in. But now Insanity on P number 3. That's what I wanted to say.
It's so close. Like Black Hat won around, but TNT is actually only in 4th spot overall. And I mean, this round was crazy. Like the line from Arubiano, he was in around 8th or 9th place, and within one corner he get up to 3rd. Will not happen this round, however, as he was not able to get through this corner. But it was crazy how much he actually, how many positions he won, so close the field was. Yeah, this round looks good for Insanity because we see Hyp in front and also see Hawk with a very good position. And Black Hat again. Black Hat and Fat for TNT also doing well. Then we have the first Erwin and MD player with Tona and Roa. Tona really doing good here, I have to say. But yeah, mistakes already. Küken is in last place. Lolomax again with not a good round. And Arupiano, of course, as we've seen, he had done this one mistake. Zender also not really in the top places so far. We see Hyp winning the round with a 1:0.01, also sick time, only 0.5 behind the Dedimania one. Black Hat gets 2nd place, then Fat and Hawk. Nothing really changed in the top, so we got 2 times Insanity and 2 times TNT in the top 4.
But still TNT taking the most points here. Look how close it is. It is Insanity, 60 points. CMC, 50, also 60 points. Then we have TNT with 58 points. And then Erwin with 56 points. Literally one, not even, it's like 2 or 3 positions between the 4 teams after 3 rounds. And yes, you were mentioning it, Tona with a very good performance. And I'm just going to go with him in this round again. Very good start for him. But then just the others are zooming away. And here also we see Roa with a mistake. Tona also with a slight mistake. Aru is a little bit further behind, but again gets a very good tunnel section. All the speed accumulated for him, for the MD driver. And it's so close in front. Let's go with Hawk in this last one. Gets a very good turn there again. We see MD, TNT, Erwin and Insanity in the top 4. 4 different teams there, and we see Sander with a great line here, but now the ending will decide it. Cyberclown is risking a bit more than Black Hat. He has a bit more speed, but of course now the brake timing really matters here. Cyberclown can go for the overtake. Who's gonna get 3rd position? It's Sander and also Hawk, 100th away from each other. And who's gonna get the most points? It's TNT in this round, and they are now tied with CMC, and we have Insanity 4 points away, and it's kind of unfortunate that Erwin is falling a bit behind, but that was another very, very close round, Marius.
Yeah, I was keeping to spec Tona. He was getting last together with his teammate Lolo Max, hence they lost some points, but it was only 1.3 seconds behind the winner. So the whole field on a difficult environment like Rally was within 1.37 seconds. That's so crazy. And yeah, actually TNT basically from last to first. And with a good momentum right now, but now in the top places I see Cyborg Mix for Team Erwin and also Tona for Team Erwin. So after the very bad round that they just had, they might do a good round now. And also Insanity with a bad round, but now Hyp is however leading and Hawk is in 4th. So it looks kinda good for them again. So we might have to switch back around of those 2 teams. Tona with a great round in 2nd place. We have a battle here for 3rd between Hawk and Ahu. Last turn will decide. Ahu maybe with the upper center actually taking it. Overtaking both. And that's also good for MD with 2 players in the front there. Insanity made the most amount of points, then MD, then Erwin with 18 because Lolo Max again in last. As I said, he may be just a bit too unprepared now for this kind of level that we see here.
Yeah, crazy that we assume that, or like just that we think about that, but the level is just so high, so maybe a player like that cannot even keep up with that. But that was so unfortunate there for Hawk, because he was on a very good run and then he was oversteering at the end and loses 2 positions. So this could have been a very good round for Insanity, but they're still 2 points short to MD, who are right now leading. And let's take a look onto Roa. Oh, no, he has made a mistake. So Fat, Sander, and Hawk, again, a very good POV. Gafovsky breaking a bit too much, and we have Black Cat in the lead. Hawk touching the wall, not losing too much. Vet clipping there, with his back wheel, still able to hold himself on the track. But Arubiano versus Hoop right now, and then Sander is on P number 4. Let's go with Sander in this last turn. Black Cat leading again, very good performance from him, and he is winning the round. Aru with a good amount of speed, but it's not enough to overtake Hoop, and almost another sub 1 minute time. He has the winner. And, well, this one was not really that close. I mean, top 7 falls down the line a bit. But still, now MD takes the most points. Insanity, then TNT and Erwin falling more and more behind. So we might have our last place decided already. But Insanity and CMC are tied for first. No, not tied. They're 3 points away. Never mind. They're just 6 players there that gets this played.
Yeah, that round really ripped the chances for Erwin because all 3 players were early on the last places. Actually, they were quite lucky that they still got the 7th and 8th place in that round with Tona and Lolomax. But they all did early mistakes. So going into the next round, I have the camera on Sander currently. We see 3 players in the front with Blackhead, who was a bit too much on the crest there, Cybermix and Roa. Sander with a drift here, but still up there. Oh, Cybermix just doesn't get around the corner. Same for Blackhead, so both players with a crash. And we have now Roa alone in the lead, but others are catching up towards him. Sander also very good, and this is very good for MD. If they also Ahu is there, so MD with a 6 round so far, 32 points right now if they bring that home. And that could be the round to win this, because they are currently tied in first place. We have Grafowski fighting against Sander. Oh, Roa not with the best last call. Sander takes over first, but Roa remains ahead of Grafowski. Ahu with the 4th place, and that is a round for MD. That is so good for them. This distance that they now created, they might also stay in front. We have now a battle for second between TNT and Insanity, and Erwin was falling now sadly down because, yeah, even though Tona's playing good, but Lolomax actually too often far behind, and Cybermix had now 2 crashed rounds where he was then completely back.
Yeah, and also Insanity only with 10 points in that previous round, dropping down to P number 3 even. TNT overtake, and also Erwin can capitalize from that, so nothing is decided yet. Maybe first position, maybe, but you know, a crazy round can always happen. We still have 3 rounds. Aurora with a mistake. Also Black Cat slowing down a bit by jumping there for a bit. Now we have Cyberclown with a good start. Tona on 2nd position. Closer round it is just for in the midfield. And maybe some more mistakes have happened. Let's see if Cyberclown and Tona can survive that. Hawk with a great line. Also Aru, who has a very good ending section, coming closer again. Look at that amount of speed that he has accumulated. Almost sliding there, but he's still alive. Looking good for him. Overtakes Hoop, overtakes Hawk. So good amount of points secured for him if he stays like that. But look at the ending from Hawk, risking so much, and Aru will overtake him in the ending. Also Cyberclown with a very good time. 0.4 away from the world record.
And ahead of Tona. So 2 Erwin players.
Yeah, Erwin now with 26 points. And that's what I mean. Like, they're coming closer to Insanity and also to TNT. Yeah. And that was good for CMC in this case, because now they're at 174 points. 18 points leading, despite not having the best round.
Yeah, exactly. They did not have the best round, but their closest rivals did not really catch up that much. It's a back and forth for every team, kind of, in this map. Like, sometimes very good round, sometimes very bad. And Roa doesn't get the corner. So, yeah, 1 player from MD down. We only have 2 rounds to go, but might be difficult now. Actually, I realized that Zeus didn't play a single map. It's also a bit surprising. So we got Hoop in the lead, ahead of Sander, Blackhead and also Cybermix. So every team has 1 player in the top 4. Not anymore maybe. Because there was 1 crash, 1 falling down, which was Cybermix. Tona, however, is in 4th place now, ahead of Aru. But there are 2 MD players at least up there, that is very good for them. Roa, however, is in last. So it's still a back and forth. Insanity in the middle field and in first. So a good round for Insanity, I would say 24 points for them. So Erwin, after that very good round, now again in last place. So they might not have a chance for the 3rd place. We have a battle for the 2nd spot. Are they tied?
Yes.
Yeah, they are tied.
TNT and Insanity. Yeah, are tied. So I think CMC or MD has it here. Because they are 18 points leading. Of course, if they fall apart, like Insanity did in this 1 round, yes, they can still lose it, but right now we can take a look onto that on the right corner, and with a very good start. I mean, they could also theoretically still get 2nd position, but Okay, we see one MD member making a mistake. It was Sander, who is now in last position. Also Kuken, not with the best start. Haven't really seen too much from Kuken here on this map. Only from Hawk and also from Troop. So they are doing good in this round again. As Hawk is right now on P number 5. Blackhead with a great line. Hawk sliding a bit too much, getting overtaken by Auru and also by Vet, who are on that battle for top 5 here, but very close round to round it off here. Let's go with Vet here for that last part of the track. Troop leading, Cyberclown behind. Then we have Tona, Auru, and Black Cat in like 0.1 of a second. Who's gonna get it the best? Auru not really good. Vet overtaking, and it's Xaorn winning the round.
They tied to this round.
Insanity and TNT, and they're tied. So who's gonna take it now?
I don't know. But it was so funny because Insanity was all the time in the lead. The whole time they were leading over TNT. But then Aru, who had the camera on, missed the last corner and Fett overtook him. And then TNT got more points towards the end and actually got equal towards Insanity. Maybe they both get 3 points then, I don't know.
Okay, the number you see, like I think one sender means that he's the worst fragging player. Or was the worst fragging player. But yeah, very, very great match. Especially the rally one was quite fun to watch. Desert was also good, but if I could rank them, it was rally, snow, desert. Like for the tension of the matches. But very nice to see United still being alive. Still like has a special place in my heart, so good to see that. And also thank you, Marius, for asking me.
Yeah, no problem. And I can't wait to see you playing with Dunno next week.
No, I don't have the time to play Marius.
I know it was just a joke.
Yeah, I would love to, but there's just too little time to practice maps. I don't want to give like promises that I cannot hold. You know. So GG's to the teams. I think it's Insanity winning it because they just have 1-2 maps. Then maybe MD on second, and I don't know who's third. TNT
yeah, after the first 2 maps, I think that the other 3 teams besides Insanity were all tied. Because I think one team was twice third and the other 2 were one second, one fourth. So basically Rally decided and MD was doing the best. So Erwin currently looking the worst. With their incredible sick lineup, but with many boomers, of course.
Just a great match.
But there will be basically this happening 2 times more, like next week and also in the week after. So where Erwin then has a chance to maybe catch up again on different maps. They are now playing probably the new rally map here.
Yeah, true.
And then the 4th week, however, will be NoTrain. So they don't know the tracks and will play. That is then of course something where I would say that Insanity will also look much better because in Fast Learn the newer players are just a bit more experienced. Because that was not something that players in 2005 or 6 did. Like competitions didn't have much Fast Learn, so they are not really experienced in that. Even though they play the game since a long time. And new players are basically, they're grown with that, with fast learning, and Insanity is very good, Maxi is very strong. So I think that Insanity will be there, definitely the favorite, and Erwin will there look even less strong, I would think, at least. But we will see.
Yeah,
also
so
for Rally.
Maybe I can join there as well. So it will be, again, Trackmania original environments, or will there be the other environments?
This league is only team original. This is the special league where they only drive those 3 environments.
Okay, fair.
And it's only about 4 Playdays, so